Hi friends, it's Gwen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to share my Let's Get Graphic reading vlog. If you're unaware, Let's Get Graphic happens once a year at the beginning of March. It's a 24-hour readathon dedicated to comics, graphic novels, and manga in observation of Will Eisner Week. This is its third year, and I created it a couple of years ago, and I've hosted it with different people. This year, it's gonna be Keisha and Jules co-hosting with me. We have reading sprints tonight. I have 4 set aside, but I do have some other things on my TBR as well. So I'll go through my TBR, and then I'll also show you what else is in my stack. So on my TBR for a 3-word title, I have The Witch's Hand, and this is volume 1 in the Montague twins graphic novel. It's a mystery. Next up, for 3 or more people on the cover, I have A First Time for Everything. This is a middle grade graphic novel memoir about the author's first time going on this class trip to Europe, and he has a series of firsts, so it's kind of like a coming of age memoir and stuff like that. And then I also have 2 comics. I have 2 of the Teen Titans comics. I have Robin. These are by Cami Garcia and Gabrielle Piccolo. And I also have Starfire, which I'm really excited to read about. But yeah, those are the things that I have planned to read. And then I have, like I said, another stack that I may pull from. So I have both of these. I don't even know which one comes first. I think this one comes first. Yeah, volume 2. So this is volume 1. And this is volume 2 of Hokey. I also have In Limbo. This is a debut graphic memoir that explores the intersection of mental health and the Korean American dysphoria. It has a very cool color pattern to it. Keeping 2 by Jordan Crane. I also have another thick one, Spinning by Tilly Walden. I think I've actually read this one before, but maybe not. And again, it has like this kind of purplish blue color palette with pops of yellow, but I'll read this one again. A couple more. These are just to give you some ideas if you're looking for some graphic novels. I have, as you can see behind me, I have tons of my books. We've moved, but we're still in the process of moving. It's a very long process, but I have a whole stack. This stack, the highest stack, is my graphic novels. So all of those are graphic novels. And then I also have some in front of it, and I have like a few beside it that you can't see. But yeah, that tallest stack over there is my graphic novels. But Sweet Valley Twins, the first one, Best Friends. I loved the series growing up, and I read them when I was like in middle school and in high school, the Sweet Valley High. But yeah, so I really do want to read this one. Maybe I'll add this to my TBR. And then I also have the second book in the Montague Twins, The Devil's Music. This one is hardcover. I saw this at the Book Exchange. And then the last one that I have on my TBR that is unread is Enter the Blue, which is about the jazz history and scene and stuff like that. So I kind of have an idea for this graphic novel, so I probably won't get to this one, but I can't wait to read it. I mean, look at these chapter. I do like jazz, so yeah, I can't wait to read this one. All right, let's start with The Witch's Hand. I made it about this far and I'm just kind of bored. I think the story is just starting to pick up, but just don't think this one is for me, unfortunately. So I think I'm just gonna let this series go. So that means I am going to DNF this, and then I am going to unhaul this. So these can go on the unhaul pile. And I was reading that for a 3-word title. So now, looking at my other books, the only one I have with a 3-word title is Enter the Blue. And I don't want to read this yet, but maybe I should just go ahead and read it. I decided to pick up A First Time for Everything by Dan Santat. And this is the graphic novel memoir about his trip to Europe, like a class trip. And it is so cute so far. I'm here. And I'm just really liking it. I like the art, I like the paneling, I like the characters, I like the humor, and I'm really enjoying it. All right, I have a reading update for you guys. I do want to apologize. I know it's probably echoey in this room. It's my sunroom and there's nothing on the walls. It's a lot of windows and a tile floor, but this is the space that I'm in right now. So that's why it's echoey. But I just finished my first graphic novel of the readathon. I did start The Witch's Hand earlier, got a little bit into it, wasn't really feeling it. Some things were coming up that I was just like, I really don't want to read that. So I switched gears and picked up this one and I loved it. I'm gonna give it, I don't know, 4 stars, 5 stars, I don't know. There was nothing necessarily wrong with it. I wish some of the different languages like the German and the French or whatever was translated a bit more, but I know that like wasn't the point. And I do like how at the end he puts it like in this author's note with like some memorabilia and stuff like that from the trip, pictures and stuff like that. And yeah, I just really loved that aspect to it. It really made the story like come alive. Like I knew it was a graphic memoir, but you know, seeing actual pictures and stuff just really made it come alive. And he also kind of told like what happened after this story, you know, and I just really appreciated that. So I liked the artwork, I liked the flow, I liked the coming of age, the middle grade story, like so cute. And yeah, I'm so happy I read this one. So if you're looking for something middle grade, nonfiction, maybe check this one out. He does have a lot of firsts. And he's on a class trip, and he does acknowledge that this took place in 1989. And then he does acknowledge, like I was saying, that they were shocked about what they, like when I talk about this trip with the folks who went with me, we all are shocked by what we were allowed to get away with at that age. And that we agree that we would never let any of our own kids do those same things. So he talks about like some of the things they were able to do, just kind of like go off and explore the town on their own, drink beer, smoke cigarettes, you know, all of these like wild things. But like in 1989, that's how it was, you know? But yeah, I really enjoyed this. So highly recommend this. And it's already pretty late, so I'm probably not gonna pick up anything else until reading sprints tonight. But we're starting off strong with my first finished read. And I got a package from Amazon. I ordered some books the other day. Fine, I got 4 books. So the first book is something that my friend Summer from Seasons Readings read as an ARC, and she really enjoyed it. And it's Give Me Butterflies by Jillian Meadows. And this cover screams springtime to me. I recently read Out on a Limb and absolutely adored it. And so I wanted to get the second book in the Out series, Out of the Woods. Now, I was lucky enough to get the indie cover of the first book from my patron and friend Corinna. She sent me her copy and I love it so much. But of course, you know, they're not gonna match, but it's fine. But this one follows Sarah and Caleb, who we did meet in the first book, and I absolutely loved them in the first book. And now so Sarah is doing this like project, and she's tired of getting help from Caleb and feeling like she can't do things for herself. And then they go out on like this hike or camping trip, a grueling hiking trip intended to guide couples through rough patches. And I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here for it. And there have been people that said that they liked the first book better. There have been people that said that they liked the second book better. So now I just get to read it and form my own opinion. And then the third book that I picked up is Women of the Word, How to Study the Bible with Both Our Hearts and Our Minds. I have been reading some Christian nonfiction recently, or more recently than probably ever before. And I'm also in a Bible study class in the mornings on Wednesdays at my church. And then I'm also taking this 6-week hermeneutics seminar at church on Sunday mornings before the service. And I think this can just like help me dive deeper into scripture and the word. And I've heard this like recommended on several YouTube videos, several like Christian sites, several other books that I have read have referenced this book. And I think this is like the new like 2nd edition or something like that. The last book that I got is Jess's book club book for April for Sleep When I'm Dead. And I don't know if she's gonna want me to share this book. So I'm gonna show it to you and I'm gonna talk about it. But if she tells me no when I ask her, we're just gonna cut it and I'm gonna blur the cover. Okay, so her April Sleep When I'm Dead book club pick is The Last Room on the Left by Leah Conan. This one has like a keyhole cutout thing with this like room in there, some wine. But yeah, I've never read anything by this author, I'm pretty sure. And it sounds really interesting. A roadside motel in the mountains is just the inspiration one writer needs, if only she can make it out alive. Carrie's life is in shambles. Her husband has left her, her drinking habit has officially become a problem, and although the deadline for her big book deal, the one that was supposed to change everything, is looming, she can't write a word. When she sees an ad for a caretaker position at a revitalized roadside motel in the Catskills, she jumps at the chance. It's the perfect getaway to finish her book and start fresh. But as she hunkers down in a blizzard, she spots something through the window, a pale arm peeking out of a heap of snow. Trapped in the mountains and alone with a dead, frozen body, Carrie must keep her head and make out before the killer comes for her too. But is the deadly game of cat and mouse all in her mind? The body count begs to differ. Does that not sound so good? All right, quick update. Jules came in clutch tonight for reading sprints because StreamYard was acting a fool. But I did manage to read Teen Titans Robin. I liked this one. I enjoyed this one, but it did feel very much like a filler book in between major parts of the story. I loved, you know, the graphics and the characters and all of that. It just didn't add like too much more to the plot. But at the beginning and then at the end, it kind of did. But the middle was all just them training and figuring out what to do and so forth. I'm keeping it vague because this is the 4th book, I believe, in the series. And then this one is the 5th. I started this one on sprints as well. And I'm enjoying this one more because like new characters, more action. It's also kind of like overlapping a little bit, like things that are happening in here. This is kind of happening the same time that some of the things in here are happening. So that's kind of cool. I'm glad that I read them back to back, or I am reading them back to back. So I rated this one 3 stars, and this one will probably be a little bit higher. But I'm here. I just have a little bit more to read, and I made myself some little egg burritos as a snack while I finish and then go to bed. See you in the morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. I managed to read 3 comics and graphic novels yesterday. I read First Time for Everything, rated it 4 stars. Read Robin last night on sprints and gave it 3 stars. And then I also started this on sprints last night, Teen Titans Starfire, and I'm rating it 4 stars. I finished it before I went to bed, and that means that I have crossed off all of the prompts except for one, which is to read a book with a 3-word title. So Enter the Blue is my only option. So I think I'm gonna try to read it today, but I'm also trying to move a bunch of my stuff today. So we'll see what I get into. I'll take you along for the ride, but right now I'm gonna sit down and write reviews for all of these. I thought I should give an update on what I've been up to. Number one, my battery was charging for my camera, so I couldn't really keep you updated. But Daniel did empty the dishwasher. He did wash all of the dishes in the sink except for his coffee cup, which he just put in here in this, but we have all the dishes cleaned. I re-seasoned our cast iron pan, which you can barely see, obviously, because it's black. And I have just been sort of kind of cleaning and prepping for a load to be picked up from my Chesapeake house today. So far, it's been a DIY, very slow process move. And when I say slow process, we've been doing this since last May. It kind of started with like clearing out this house because it was my in-laws' house and they're both gone now. So I had to go through every single thing in this house, and there's 2 spaces that I did not do. I did everything else except for the office and except for the garage. Other than that, every single thing in this house has been held in my hands, and I have decided where to put it, where it goes, what room, if we're getting rid of it, if it's staying, you know, all of the things. So it's been a very long process of doing that, but I did document all of that over on my Patreon. And we've been living here. We've stayed here off and on since last May, a couple times last summer, you know, various times, but I basically fully moved into here in December. And so I've been here since the end of December, like fully, like Christmas decorations, hosted my book club Christmas party here. You know, I live here now, but we still have our other house. We're still paying a mortgage on it. We're still paying all the bills over there. And it's time to make a push to get some stuff over here. We still have like the majority of our furniture over there. And it's a lot of stuff, but it's not a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see more of like behind the scenes and stuff like that, definitely check me out over on Patreon. I have a whole collection, a moving vlog series, and I just walk through like step by step kind of the process and stuff. But I also want to document a little bit for you guys. So hopefully, Daniel just left and he is going to pick up a U-Haul rental van so we can go over and get like our Adirondack chairs, our fire pit, and like some other things. So we'll be doing a little bit of that today. And I'm also working on the office because eventually this is going to be my office where my desk is, my podcasting stuff is, my bookshelves are, that sort of thing. And then Daniel is actually going to be up in the Frog. It was going to be vice versa. He was going to be down here. I was going to be up there. But that's also going to be the guest bedroom, his music stuff, his desk. Like he has more stuff than I do, surprisingly, because he has a whole music equipment situation going on. So like a full studio full of stuff. And where my stuff is more compact. But we also want to put a guest bedroom up there. So it would be better for him to be up there and then for me to be down here, which, yeah, it's crazy because I was so looking forward to having the space, and it's already like semi set up there, except for my bookshelves, obviously, because we don't have those yet. But yeah, I'm just really hoping to continue the process. And I've started by clearing out this corner. There was a bunch of stuff here before. There were like 2 boxes down there, a box up there. I moved all this stuff off the top of that stuff because the stuff up here I'm keeping. This hutch thing though we'll be getting rid of, but also like this desk will be getting rid of. I don't know what's going to happen with this desk, but all this stuff will be going up in my husband's space. This will be probably going up into his space. But we've just been cramming stuff, like cramming, and there's so much stuff yet to do. But right now, while my husband's gone, I'm gonna go through this stuff and be able to like throw some things away that need to be thrown away. If you know, you know. So I'm gonna work on that, and hopefully he comes back with a van. Hopefully we can get a lot of stuff moved, and yeah, I'll keep you updated. Okay, Daniel was unsuccessful in getting a van. So that changes things, but we are going to go to the Chesapeake house and pack some stuff up. I'm currently playing roll up. I don't know if you've ever played it before, but this is kind of like, I guess you would call it the board. And then here's the little steel ball. But basically you lay it down like this, and you start with the ball up here. And then you slowly open these to get the ball to start moving down the board. And then you have to adjust these as it moves. And you're trying to get, obviously, 5,000 points. So 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, 500, 250, negative 250. And I've only got negative 250 into 250. So that's what I'm currently playing right now. But I'll try to show you what it looks like when you play. Do you see the ball? I got 250. 250. $250. Ah, $250. Oh, it didn't land in any of them. It's hard. It would be a really good drinking game though. Fell asleep reading my graphic novel, but I'm gonna finish it up now. I'm just trying to fix my hair because it's been falling all day. But yes, I want to finish up this graphic novel. I was exhausted from packing stuff at the Chesapeake house. And we did pack up like 4 boxes and a piece of furniture and bring it here, but we haven't unloaded it yet. But I want to get a little snack too, maybe some cheese and crackers. Nothing fancy, just like my hair, nothing fancy. But anyway, I came home and I read a good bit of it, and I have about the other half to go. So I'm gonna get some cheese and crackers, and then I'm gonna finish this up and then start working on this video for you guys, because I'm trying to get it up one Sunday, which if you're seeing this video, that means I did it. But this is about a woman that's going to school for jazz or some type of musical degree. I'm not really sure, but it starts with her up on stage and she just freezes. And she's talking to this man and this woman. I don't know how they're like related or whatever, but talking about like basically just motivating her. Like, you do you, you're doing great, continue to practice, continue to do the things that you're hard at, and you'll get better. And then it jumps forward in time, I think like 8 years or something, and the woman has passed, but the man is still around and she's still friends with him and still talking to him and stuff like that. And he invites her out to hear him play at this club, and he's always talked to her about entering the blue, but now we're like in the blue, and we're figuring out what into the blue really means. And it's almost like this like spiritual world, and there's this guy has this like whole conspiracy theory about it, and he's trying to tell her about it. But it's very interesting because it's very jazzy, but it's also like just like a fun story. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my crackers so I can dive back in, but that's the update for now. Oh my goodness, you guys, I finished Enter the Blue, And I really want to recommend this. Let me see if I can figure out a good camera view. I really want to recommend this if you're a music lover, specifically jazz and blues, but also if you're just looking for someone that's connecting to a hobby like music and playing music. And also there's like a grief storyline and it got me really emotional. I'm giving this 5 out of 5 stars, and it's very impactful. Obviously you have to suspend your disbelief, you know, about entering the blue, but I think it can signify and symbolize like finding your groove and really like dedicating, like really finding that sweet spot. And but I'm telling you, it's emotional. It's emotional, and I loved it. So yeah, I'm giving this one 5 out of 5 stars. What a great way to end a wonderful 24 hours of reading graphic novels. It is technically 6:48 p.m. so it hasn't been 24 hours. But yeah, oh wow, you know, like I loved it. So 5 stars for this one. And the other ones, A First Time for Everything and then the 2 Teen Titans, also really good. I had a great 24 hours. I love comics, graphic novels, and manga, and I love doing this year after year. Thank you guys so much for asking about it and checking in to make sure it's happening every year. Thank you for being flexible about reading sprints last night. And also thank you to my co-hosts, Keisha and Jules, my 2 friends that love graphic novels as much as I do. I do hope to do this again next year. Again, my dream is to always do it during Will Eisner week, which is the 1st through the 7th, but always like a Friday to Saturday sort of thing, 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. But anyway, that's a wrap on this year's Let's Get Graphic. If you participated, thank you so much. If you're just watching this video, thank you so much. And because of Enter the Blue, let's leave some musical instrument emojis down in the comment section down below. And yeah, I hope you're all having a lovely day or night, and I'll see you guys again in another video very soon. Bye, friends.